westerns. We put the good guys on one side of it. Just fell off the bridge there. I don't know. Whoa. Okay, Scott, could you take us on the back road? No? Why not? Okay, Scott, I understand. Well, no, Scott, I understand that you're the driver, but I don't know. It could be just me. This bridge doesn't look too safe. No. Wait, Scott, don't you hear that noise? It sounds like it's falling apart. Whoa! Oh, hang on back there. Some Leap with Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. Was also in an episode of The $6 Million Man and of The Bionic Woman. And when we used our bridge for the episode of The Bionic Woman, we wanted to show Lindsay Wagner's character jumping from the ground. Off to the driver's side, you'll see the Lion Estate signs, which mark Marty McFly's neighborhood in Hill Valley and Back to the Future. Now here at Universal, we don't like to throw anything away, because you never know when you might need it again. This is our prop graveyard. The Army vehicles around are in the film MacArthur, starring Gregory Peck. And some of these cages were an episode of Quantum Leap, in which Scott Bakula played a laboratory monkey. Now, believe it or not, this body of water on my side was the entire Pacific Ocean for the television series McHale's Navy. With the Sport 9 Tim Conway and old PT-73. You know, there's a rumor going around that the crew of McHale's Navy left a lot of underwater explosives. Whoa. Looks like we found one. We've now reached a very memorable location, the Red Sea, inspired by the Paramount film The Ten Commandments. You may remember Charlton Heston as Moses standing on a cliff, raising his staff and commanding the waters to part. I don't know, everybody, just might work. On the count of three, everybody say part the waters. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Part the waters. Please. And there they go. Now, Cecil B. DeMille first parted the Red Sea in the 1923 silent version of the film. To do this, he took a frozen block of gelatin and cut it in half, then melted it back together with gas jets. When he reversed the film, it looked as if the Red Sea were parting. In the 1956 version of the film, they used special effects to part the Red Sea, along with the matte painting process. They showed thousands of extras walking along a dirt road. Now, the ark just across the way there was in the film Fletch Lives, starring Chevy Chase. As you probably guessed, we are going to be traveling across the Red Sea. You might want to pick up any belongings about the floor that might get wet. And you may want to have your cameras out, everybody. This is a great sea level shot. And remember, there may be more water just around the corner, so be prepared. You know, it may not look much like it now, but this area was once Gilligan's Island for the TV movie, which was based after the series. Oh, we've now entered Little Europe. As you probably guessed, these sets are dressed for a Halloween Horror Night. But we call this area Little Europe because it can be any European city or town just by changing the languages on the buildings. In fact, this area was once Pamplona, Spain for the reason. Back in the 30s, we were known for our horror films. We did such films as Dracula, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Mummy. Zack Frankenstein's monster made his first appearance to the villagers right in the Court of Miracles. And Tomlin.
That's right.
Off to the driver's side, you'll see Paul Bunyan and his Blue Ox Babe from The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. They stood outside a restaurant where John Candy ate the 96-ounce steak. Will be taking place. Now, we call this a hot set. This means it's fully dressed and ready for shooting. As you can see, the crew lets a lot of the lights and the props around here. Like I said, this soundstage will be used for a new upcoming action-packed... Oh no. Okay, everybody. I'm sure that was nothing. If you just... Okay, that's just one of our California swimmers yourselves, everyone. You've just played a part in one of the most live, sophisticated special effects ever created. Earthquake, the big one, registers an 8.3 quake on the Richter scale. Oh, well, look, everybody, that's George. He's our local fisherman. Hi, George. George, I don't know what you're doing out there. You're never going to catch anything. Oh, no. George! George, look behind you! George, there's a shark coming straight for your boat! Oh, George, hurry! Get out of the water! He's coming straight for you! George, what's the matter? Oh, no. George! Oh, George. Okay, everybody, we've been trying to catch this shark for some time. We attached a bait hook to that yellow barrel out there. Maybe if we're lucky, he'll take the bait. Oh, he took the bait. Here, everybody hang on. Actually, used 3 different full-scale models of the sharks in the filming of Josh. Director Steven Spielberg nicknamed those sharks Bruce. Well, later on, we found out that Bruce is the name of his attorney. Now, today in the news, they said something about a 50-50 chance of rain. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it's going to rain to me. It looks pretty clear outside. Oh. A 50-50 chance of rain. It's raining on the driver's side, but it's so clear and dry here on my side. You know, everybody, we sometimes get flash floods in this area. You might want to think of any belongings about the floor that might get wet. Keep your cameras aimed toward that hill. You just might get a flash flood. For a film. Our rain is simulated from sprinklers that are located up in the trees. We created our flash flood by dumping thousands of gallons of recycled water from tanks located up on top of the hill. Now, a similar effect was used in the film The Room, also served as Bible Land for the film Let's Live, starring Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase isn't a stranger to our bad luck. He in film Three Amigos. This area was also Mexico for an episode of Simon & Simon, starring Gerald McCraney. Well, we're now crossing the border from Mexico on to Texas. 6 different streets that all converge to the one point right in the center. Each street is its own town, with its own bank, sheriff's office, hotel, and saloon. Now, back in the early days of silent films, we could film 6 different westerns, all this made for the series Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury. Now, Angela Lansbury is a very successful actress, not only in television, but in films and Broadway musicals. She appeared on Broadway in the musical Mame and Sweeney Todd. She came here a lot into a Michael Jackson video called Black or White. It was Macaulay Culkin's home in that video. And next to it, the house labeled 103 was home to Doris Day and James Garner in the thrill of it all. Actually, it's been said that Doris Day has lived in each one of these houses on Colonial Street, but each time with a different husband. The mansion off to the driver's side was in the silent film Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's also the sanitarium in the film Harvey, starring James Stewart. There you go. The Cycle House is built on a 3/4 scale. We did that for 2 reasons. One was to make it appear as if it's actually further back from the motel than it really is. Oh, there she is. It's Mother. hilarious. He's also in an episode of Tales from the Crypt, which is an HBO series. Here off to the driver's side on the hillside, you can see some backs of some facades. As you can see, facades are just the fronts and sides of buildings. They don't have backs to them. Those facades were used to depict Pasadena in the recent film Washed Away. Brooke Shields appeared in that episode. As a matter of fact, it aired not too long ago. That large backdrop was originally built to depict the Bahamas in the film Jaws the Revenge starring Michael Caine. They recreated the Bahamas here because it was easier to control the environment that way. But everybody... Okay, now it looks like we're going to have to take a detour in this tunnel up ahead.
Look out, Ryan.
This tunnel is very unstable. There could be an avalanche in it at any time. So I'm going to ask everyone to please be as quiet as you possibly can. Wouldn't want to start an avalanche. Just close your eyes. Another creative illusion here at Universal Studios. Now it might interest you to know that we stayed level throughout that whole ride. We didn't tilt at all. Now if you felt a little dizzy in that, don't feel too bad. We used our ice tunnel for an episode of The $6 Million Man. We shot a scene in it showing Lee Majors running through it. We had to take several takes of that scene because even the $6 Million Man kept falling down. Off to my side of the tram is a view of our back lot with its hundreds of facades that you've just seen today. Now those beige clusters of buildings that you see out there are the Warner Brothers studios. Just beyond that are the NBC studios, home of The Tonight Show, starring Jay Leno. There was a view much like this one that an alien named